Well, good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's good we
Good.
can finally connect. Our schedules have been rather busy lately.
Yeah, well, they have. It's usually the way it goes, I guess, is it's hard to nail one person down for even 5 minutes. And if you got to get the technology involved too, that's that's a whole
Right,
nother deal.
right. Well, there's so many different questions I want to ask you and go through because I'm truly excited about what you're starting here locally.
Mhm.
I think what we'll start with is so that people know what they're going to be watching here. If you'll just run down some of, just kind of a brief synopsis of some of the things that you're going to provide for services. That way people can know right up front what we're going to be talking about for the rest of this interview.
Sure. I would say pretty much the term that I've come up with is that it's a communication agency. I know some people have called it marketing, advertising, things like that. I would say just communication in general, because I have a lot of things that are coming up that'll be communication related, and all of it's through social media, websites, things like that. So as far as services go, I would be focusing mostly on marketing plans and marketing toolkits that can be used for business owners or people that are managers of a business, or even the employees can. I mean, there's parts that the employees can be involved in too. Another part would be social media suites, kind of getting people set up for everything to be totally integrated. So say I did something actually just this morning. I put something on Facebook and it went to Instagram, to Snapchat, and it just kind of goes all over the place. So it's easy because you can be all the places that all your customers are, or potential customers are, and you're really only throwing out one piece of content. So that's been nice for people. And then just overall design, people need help with branding a lot of the time, and kind of bringing a whole look to whether it's inside of your business or on your website, which is your digital version of your business, and kind of anything in between, I guess, design related, and logo design, anything that's marketing, advertising related, or communication.
It's awesome. When we were talking off screen a little bit, you had mentioned that you'd be able to help people create their website. And when you say part of the plan, when you say you can create and maintain their website and their social media and those types of things, um, the neat part about it is when you're talking your plan, is you're talking you'll help it set it up and do it, and part of your plan might be that you want to pay for you to continue to maintain and help with those things. Part
Mhm.
of it might be a half where they're doing part of it and you're doing part, or you'll just do the whole thing. And I just think it's awesome that you
Right.
have all of those options in that toolkit you were talking about.
Yeah, the way I'm kind of coining that is the white, black, and gold plan is kind of what I've been going after. So you can pick one of those three. First one would be I come up with a plan, send it to you, and you have it, and that's it. I'll step away, and if you need me, you can call me again. But then that's comes with a whole another conversation. Next thing would be I take the plan that I've come up with, go through it with you, get everything approved, make sure that everybody's good with every part of it, and then I take it from there and I do all your posting for you. I do all the designing of ads, communication if you need logos sent, things like that, to say a newspaper or something with a radio, so that we're kind of going with the traditional marketing too. And then the third one would be just us working together. So you would be just as involved as I am. We're kind of partners on the whole deal, and usually that's going to come with meetings. Say it's monthly or it's every 6 months. It's kind of based on the plan that we come up with, because we'll have a conversation in the very beginning saying, well, this is the goal of this plan. Some people might want it to be a 5-year plan. Some people want it to be, we have an event coming up in a week and we're creating a plan for that goes along with your year plan. So it's all just kind of meeting based on the needs of the plan and working around everybody's schedule, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. When you said, you might need something in a week, I remember when I worked with you in your previous life, I was probably your best customer with, hey, this is happening tomorrow. Can I get some help with this? So that week, I caught that week statement there. No, and I
Well, see,
also,
now,
yep,
yeah, that's the thing too, is that it's not always in your plan to be unprepared. It just kind of you're forced into it, and that's you need people to help you out when you get into a pinch.
yep, yep. And you were always there for me. I was very happy with that.
Yeah,
The other thing you noted when you were talking there is when you're talking of putting the plan together and helping with the online social media and those types of things, the ability to help with the logo, with ad layouts and putting all of that with the plan. But
mhm,
you're not looking at, if you're helping someone design business cards, you're not looking at printing those. If you're looking at ads that are going to go together with that plan that includes radio and newspaper, you're talking about utilizing the local resources that we have for that. You're helping with the design and pushing it out to overall marketing, not just online. It's what your plan for your business is.
correct. Yeah, and it's kind of a the internet is so good at keeping us all connected and keeping business connected, that why not bring in all those. They're not old ideas, because they're still relevant today to certain markets, have certain ways to communicate. And I think if everything is all integrated together, and you kind of have a, almost like if somebody is running a brand, that you have a feeling of what the brand is, and communicating that, whether it's through the radio, on a Facebook page, a website, all those things need to fit together, and so that you can kind of recognize where you are, no matter where you are. Whether you're in the store, or you're on the website, you're listening to it in your car, and all of a sudden you get this feeling of, wow, yeah, that's what kind of what I would have expected to hear. And
Yeah.
so yeah, there's some of my favorite things to do, not only with logo design, but is um, doing a branding. I guess it's called a brand identity system, is what I try to stick with for the term there. Um, that would be anything from the fonts that we use to what you use for primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors, what fonts go with that. So it gets complicated, but if there's a plan where you have it either on your computer or right in front of you in paper that says, oh, okay, in this scenario, we use this font and this color, so that it's always following the right communication. People kind of know where they're at once they get into your business, as well as when they're outside of it.
Yep. Now, I did mention in the beginning how very excited I am that you're going to be doing
Yes.
this, right?
Oh, I think I might be twice as excited.
I don't know if that's possible. Oh, and one thing I wanted to just get out when you're doing all of these things, and I talk about how I've worked with you in your formal life with the newspaper, or, with a, Pro Image,
Mhm.
doing different things with those. Um, I loved working with you, but if you just kind of go into a little bit of your background so people understand where you come from with your marketing communication um, plan.
Sure. Well, I can go actually pretty far back with this, and I'll try and make it as brief as I possibly can. But ever since I was little, I was always drawing. There was always some kind of, whether a paintbrush in my hand, or I was drawing a picture of something to explain to somebody. So it's always been not only a way to communicate my creativity, but just using design as a idea to communicate more than just creativity, but kind of my thoughts and things like that. Well, then you get to be a grown up and realize you can use those same coloring skills but communicate in business. It's kind of the what I've been doing. I went from doing the drawings and things like that and giving them as gifts. I remember when I was a kid, to my grandma Judy. She took me to the Bob Ross painting classes that they would have at La Caparra Valley High School out there when I was younger. And so I did oil painting. It's there's a teacher there and they kind of run you through how to do the paintings and all that stuff. So grandma took me to a whole bunch of those. So I was convinced I was pretty good at it because she kept bringing me every now and then. So uh, then when it came time to choose something out of high school, I went the sales route because I had sold more of these fundraiser cards than anybody else. And that was, I think, my senior year or junior year of high school. So I thought, okay, well, sales. Yeah, I'll do sales because I can talk to people. I said that's simple and it's always something to fall back on. Then once I got to school, I realized, oh, now the artistic and the commerce are merging together now all of a sudden, and I'm finding myself pretty effective at communicating to a business person through design and through marketing and things like that. So after college, I came back here, like you had referenced. I started working for Pro Image, and that's all marketing related, all the anything printing, selling advertising. And what I'm doing now, I'm in sales full time, and hoping to be doing this full time at some point too. So um, that's kind of the background. Yeah, it's started when I was young, so it's been fun to watch it throughout the years. I think a lot of people, if you'd go back far enough, it'd be interesting to follow the whole story all the way through.
Yep. Yeah, and that kind of ties in with your name. I absolutely love how you came up with your name. When you first told me and then you told me your name, it's like, I wonder what that connects with. And it's so
Mhm.
perfect. Can
Yeah.
you just kind of give a little highlight of how that name came together? I love it.
Well, and one of my favorite things too is that people mispronounce it. They don't know that the G is silent. And I kind of love that actually because somebody said it the other day. I was talking to someone and they pronounced the G in NAMP. And I said, "Oh, that's just fine," because then they were saying the GNAMP group. So that sounds cool too. Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm not too worried about people mispronouncing it, but so NAMP stands for it's all of my siblings. So my brother Garrick, sisters Natalie, Avery, Michaela, and Peyton. So that was one long night of really just rearranging all these letters until I found something that I could actually say because I had all of their first names arranged and I would sit and put them in different order and try and figure out, okay, no, that one doesn't sound right, and that one doesn't sound right. And then I thought, well, it's either a group of people, so maybe the G is first, and then that it kind of just took off after that. And then I got it into an order where you could actually pronounce it. So yeah, that's kind of where that came from, and that's
Well,
they've been great in supporting me too. So
and your sibling with that starts with the G, didn't you mention that they're usually a little quieter? I
he's the
love the
silent
way
G.
that
Yeah.
tied in too, the silent G.
And then one of those siblings actually was put up for adoption when I was younger. So her place in the logo is specially positioned. All the rest of them are, there's a meaning to where every letter is in the logo and
Yep.
why it is its height, and there's a lot more into it, which I'm gonna have to get to a point where I can tell that story really easily just with a
Yep.
simple graphic or something because it's
Yeah.
complicated but it's meaningful, so it's
Yeah.
important that I share it with people.
And honestly, that really ties through with your whole business plan, with your whole, everyone can just look at something like your logo and, it comes together nicely. But just like your plans, there's so much more behind it and how that all comes together. I love the way you do that. So I'm
Right.
very excited about this. When people are looking to get started, I'm going to put on when I put this online, I'm going to put just a little link where people can go and just, if they want more information from you or anything like that, and I will just push it to your email, and so they
Sure.
can kind of quick get a connection with this as you're getting started here. But if you want to kind of go how to find you on the website and things like that, that would be great.
Sure. Um, you can find the website. It's just the nampgroup.com. So what you see above me right there, that.com. And that'll give you all the social media links too, a couple different spots throughout the website. So I'm doing kind of all the traditional ones, the Facebook, Twitter, on YouTube. I got a couple of videos that are out there just kind of to explain and show people that what I'm capable of video wise, plus
Yep.
introduce myself. So a lot of this is so much fun for me because I'm using the things that I provide to promote myself too, so people can
Right.
kind of see how they work. So
Yeah.
if I'm popping up in your news feed or I'm popping up somewhere, it's for a good reason, and I can make the same thing happen for other people too. So it's a great dual use, I guess. But so yeah, that's all those pages would have the phone number, the business phone number, and then along with the email address, which is marketing@thenampgroup.com. And that's kind of where everything is. The website's a lot of fun to go and scroll through. There's a lot going on with it, and it's busy. And I was just looking at it here, and there's all kinds of cool video and a lot of things that really just kind of explain in depth a little more. I know kind of when you tell people marketing, well, they don't know exactly what that means. So you gotta, I kind of dig a little bit deeper and go into depth to exactly what you can expect to get. So I would just encourage people to reach out, whether it's on social media, you
Yep.
call, email, or there's a contact form right on the website. I can
I'll
get
just put
prices
that
out to
one on
people.
there. I'll just
Yeah,
put that link to that contact in for right on the
sure,
post when I post this one.
sure, yeah.
So,
Yep. So I know there's going to be a lot more questions coming up, and everybody's situation is so different. So it's, you'll notice when you get on there, there's really not anything that's yelling a price at you, because we need to sit down and need to
yeah,
get to know you. There's more that goes into it than me just saying, here, a website costs this much and
yeah,
write me a check. It's, I want to do it right, get to know people and be able
yeah.
to communicate.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad we finally got to connect. Thanks for this
Yes.
time. And again, so excited. Glad you came to Ortonville originally. I've worked with you throughout the years. You don't look old enough to be able to say throughout the years, but it's truly been throughout the years.
A lot of different jobs, I guess, is probably what it is. Different projects throughout the years.
Yep.
It
Yep.
seemed like quite a bit.
That brings quite a bit to this. And I know you love doing this kind of work. You've helped me with
Oh,
different things offline, like when I was getting ready for some of the events and things, and just your advice. I've appreciated that. So thanks for
well,
taking.
yeah, it really is my passion, and that same thing in me where I want to be pursuing my passion is kind of what I'm bringing to this too. I want to be able to do this for people so they can pursue their passions. So
Yep.
that's really the goal.
Perfect. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Okay,
All
that sounds
right.
great. Thanks so much for your time.
Yep. Thanks.